on YouTube, and it's your boy right back at you. Just have to make sure. Like, yeah, but what I was saying is though, the United States gave Ukraine $13.6 billion. That's $13.6 billion. You know what you could do with $13.6 billion for Americans, people who live in America? That's a lot of money for you to be giving away, which you haven't really have us understand why we in somebody else's business or we have war. We support it. We fund it. $13 million, $13.6 billion. That can help a lot of people. A lot of people. Or these man-made diseases that we going through right now, you know, hospitals, you know, old folks' homes, you know, people with cancer, diabetes, healthcare, insurance. They can help with a lot. Small businesses out here struggling to stay afloat. Yeah, you got small businesses out here struggling to stay afloat. But the United States turned around and said, oh, we gave y'all stimulus. We gave y'all stimulus package. Y'all abused that. So we're going to turn around and give Ukraine $13.6 billion on the cost of American backs. Now you see why the fuel is so high right now. I'm not saying that's why it's high, but if you have third eye open, if you're looking at it, the fuel is high right now. We paying down it up to $7 for gas, and diesel is climbing fast. And I'm on operator, so I pay for my own diesel. So at the end of the week, I went from paying $600 to $700 a week in diesel. Now I'm up to $1,100-1,300. If they keep going up, that's $2,000 a week, and I don't even run the road. So I can imagine for the guys that run the road, at the end of the month, they're gonna end up spending like 20 grand a month just on diesel alone. And plus, you still got to put money in the car for gas. So that's where your gas prices are getting hiked at, because you give Ukraine $13.6 billion and your gas is high. But your people sit back, well, Ukraine is independent. Ukraine, we got to help Ukraine. Help Ukraine for what? A war that we got nothing to do? We got nothing to do with? But do we? You got to open your third eye on that. What is the United States benefit from giving Ukraine $13.6 billion? Money and arms. When the president in Ukraine told Biden, don't send no helicopter or plane to come get me. Send money and send more bullets. Send money and more bullets. There's a lot going on that we're not even looking at, but we're so busy up here tearing each other down. But we're not looking at the overall big picture. This is going to affect everybody. It's going to be to the point where as though they're trying to push everything electric. The future going to be electric. Either you like it or not. You deal with it, you don't want to do it. They pushing it. It's the fastest way to do it. Do y'all know that in 2035, the governor of New York State, 2035 said, no more diesel wagons, no more diesel or gas vehicles in the state of New York in 2035. Everything that's going on now is already done already. For us to sit there and follow suit with electric cars, it's gonna get on the mercury from. Where you supposed to get all this technology from to push all of this? It already been done already. So $13.6 billion. When you got kids out here starving, you got families out here starving, living above the poverty line. You got farmers out here can't even move their crops fast enough because the United States is buying crops and your veggies from overseas, Brazil, Portugal, Spain, Italy. Yeah, your produce and your meat is coming from overseas. And the only reason why I do know this, because I haul containers. I pull reefer boxes out of the port. We see this madness every day. What y'all don't see, we see all the containers. We see this every day coming in out the ports. $13.6 billion. Come on, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about $13.6 billion. It's given to Ukraine. And now our fuel is so high because we paying for it. Yeah, we paying for that bill. That bill is going to be on American back for a long time. We paying for that. You know what $13.6 billion can do? If you break it up and divide that with small business for a minute. You know what that'll do for you, man? For a small business, unemployment is up at its high. You're not even helping unemployment out no more. That's a done deal. The only scam they still got going on is child support. That child support is the biggest scam in American history. So now, if they really want to touch it, they can start running around here locking up all the baby fathers that's in the arrears but paying child support to cover that bill. Oh, we're going to cover that bill. We're going to cover that by all means necessary. The American dollar, the American man and female is going to cover $13.6 billion. And we don't have no choice. We don't have no choice in saying the matter. They already pushed the money, man. All of this so Ukraine can be a part of NATO. For Ukraine to be a part of NATO. But now, we ain't talking about that on YouTube. We talking about dragging and beef with each other on YouTube. We're not talking about this. This don't interest none of us. It does. Because now, if the U.S. government want to reach out to YouTube and all these social media sites and say, charge them, stop paying them, charge them for being on the social media sites and bringing their information. You know what's going to happen? And if they don't pay, they're already telling you they want your tax ID number. Yeah, look at YouTube. They make any money on YouTube, you got to file taxes on that money. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Everybody going to follow suit. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You start making money on these social media sites, you're going to have to pay. Yeah, you got to pay. So now, $13.6 billion, where you think that money coming from? That ain't no damn free. They printed that money up, man. The United States always crying about they broke. They always crying they broke. Now, they ain't never broke when you can print money. But if you print money, it's illegal. Because it's a government issue seal on that money. But you ain't supposed to do it. But they can do it. They can come up with all types of money. Corruption and everything. Everybody has gonna be at $13.6 billion. But the poor man, the American man and female, you don't have nothing to do with this. But you paying it back on gas. You're gonna pay it back on high taxes. You're gonna pay it back on the end of the year when you gotta pay taxes on your house. You're gonna pay it back when you go buy a new car. You're gonna pay it back when you send your kids to school. You're gonna pay it back when your kids gotta eat free lunch. You think they eat free lunch now? $13.6 billion. They're gonna find a way to get that money back for the American people. They're gonna find a way to get it back. Look at it right now. Gas is high. They'll be high. Before you know it, they're gonna have Americans living like Chinas, like the China man riding around here and mopeds, electric bikes, scooters, four-wheelers, motorcycles. That's what it's all gonna boil down to now. It's all gonna boil down to electric right now. They're pushing the narrative. And they're pushing the narrative, tying your hand behind your back. You better believe it. Better believe it, man. Y'all can sit there like all day like, well, I don't know what he's talking about. He just preaching some nonsense. Man. He preaching the damn thing. I'm letting y'all know what it is, man. It's coming. Don't act like ain't nobody never tell you that it wasn't coming. It's coming. Let's see real quick. All right, so what we gonna do? Drop that. Okay. Comments. Copy. best believe, man. I don't really know how to control this thing while I'm driving, but best believe that's what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be it's a real concern if you ain't sitting up here paying attention to this, man. Like I'm not really into politics, to be honest. I'm not really into politics. I watch it, but I don't pay it no mind. I don't try to feed the agenda of nobody. You know, I don't really get into the whole religion aspect of it all because I don't try to feed religion with nobody. None of that. But we sitting down here and everything they're doing right now is affecting Americans and the well-being of Americans. You know, you need to really be speaking on this because $13.6 million can help out a lot. You got 6 kids. You got kids running around here sick as hell. Right now, you're giving away $13.6 million, but what happened to COVID? What happened to COVID, man? Where that's at right now? Where that's at right now? Was this all a scam to come up with all this money to give another state, or was this war set already? What was this war? Is they pump faking on the war right now? This is what we all need to know. What up, Wax Dog? What's going on with you, Wax? You gotta ask that question, man. Is this is where it's going to end up at? Because at $13.6 million, if you could come up with that money that fast, they couldn't even come up with that money. They tell you we broke, right? But they came up with $13.6 million overnight, already printed, already sent in somebody's account. And mark my words, give it by next year. Half of that money is going to be gone. That money ain't going to even go over there. How that money going to go over there, man? But we sitting out here, we struggling. Americans are struggling right now. We sit out here struggling now. I'm not sitting here crying because I get out here and I work every day. But I'm talking about people out here that's actually working and they really can't make ends meet. They got to get 2, 3 jobs. They got to work at Walmart, Target. They got to work for Amazon. You tell them you got to get 3 jobs to support your family. It don't make no damn sense, man. It don't make no sense. Really don't make no sense. That's a lot of money to give a country that I've never been to. Putin said one thing, and what he said was, Ukraine is a bunch of neo-Nazis. That came out of Putin, allegedly. He said it. So we sitting here, we against prejudice, racism, but we're going to turn around and support a country that ain't got nothing to do with them. All of them is on the same land. All of them was on the same land. By the time they finish with Ukraine, if Putin don't get it, they're going to make Ukraine a part of NATO. And that's what we're doing right now. But just tell the people that's what y'all trying to do. You sit up here and go to war. What reason why they at war right now? Don't nobody really know. Them countries been beefing for years over there. Ukraine used to be a part of Russia. And they broke off in the 70s. It used to be a part of that regime over there. Now, all of a sudden now, they've been beefing for a long time. But they're not telling us what they're really beefing about. But NATO know, the United States know. But to give them $13.6 billion, we ain't talking about 13.6 million. We ain't talking about a few thousand. We're talking about billions of dollars that can pretty much help the starving communities and struggling Americans over here. They give you a little small little stimulus, and they act like they sit back and pacify you and blindfold you and say, we're going to give you 4 checks. And turn around and say, oh, we don't have no more money, but turn around and give Ukraine $13.6 billion. For what? Arms, guns, planes? So what happened if Ukraine lose the war? Is they going to get that money back? So who else went into this? Because they can't be this the United States that gave $13.6 billion. You got to have the United Nations and the UK and everybody else involved in this. So how much money Ukraine is really getting? Trillions of dollars? And for what? Give them all this money for what? They done already blew the buildings up. They already bombed everything, killed a lot of folks over there. You know, it's crazy. I send my condolences out to the families over there, but you got people over here that's starving, man. We over here starving and struggling right now. We got people over here working for Amazon, is getting paid pennies, garbage. Out here struggling to make ends meet. You say we ain't got no more money. You tell small businesses we ain't got nothing to give y'all no more. So now either y'all gonna get sucked up out of the conglomerate of a Amazon, a FedEx, They're gonna get sucked up by all of them for what? It's kind of like saying either lay down or get out. Either you're gonna roll with it or you're gonna get out. And that's what they're doing right now. 13.6 billion. That's a lot of damn money, man. That's a lot of money to give a country. To give a country right now. That's a lot of money. What kind of structural plan coming out of that? What's coming out of that? Oh, let me see. So let me see if I can drop the link on this thing real quick. There we go, right there. I think that's the link right there. This don't make no sense, man. This don't make no sense. At $13.6 billion, man. They were sitting there crying about how much money they gave stimulus. They were sitting there crying about how much money they gave unemployment. They were sitting there crying about, you know, healthcare. Healthcare is high as hell right now. Ain't nobody really afford no healthcare. You got me paying $488 a month in healthcare, man. And that's just the basics. That's just the basics right there. You got rent that skyrocket. I don't care what state you live in now. The most, if you want a decent apartment in a decent area, you're going to end up spending like $1,500, $1,600 a month. That's mortgage. People mortgages is more than rent. Rent is higher than mortgage now. So now, prime example, living in the state of New Jersey. Living in the state of New Jersey, right? Even if you got liability insurance in the state of New Jersey, a lot of y'all don't know. Liability in the state of New Jersey depends on your license, depends on your age. Say if you're between the age of 18 and 35. But liability gonna run you like $250 a month. And we ain't even talking about a car payment. We're not talking about a car payment right now. So you can end up paying like $250 a month, and then give it $250 a month, right? Now you turn around, you got a car payment. Now how most blacks do. We live out our means right now. We go get it. We make it $30,000 a year, but we want to get a car for $60,000 a year. So now your credit is garbage. You go out there, you get your car, right? Now you paying $500 a month in the state of New Jersey. Your car no $500, and your insurance is $250. We talking about liability. So now if you get a brand new car in the state of New Jersey, you can't even get liability. Now you gotta get full coverage insurance. Your full coverage insurance a month is $500. That's $1,000 a month that you gotta pay for insurance and a car in the state of New Jersey. New Jersey is high as hell for car insurance. The highest. It probably sitting right next to California right now. For insurance in New Jersey is high for a brand new car. So now you paying $1,000 a month. They turn around and you got a rental apartment that you paying what? $1,500 to $1,600 a month. So say if you're paying $1,600 a month, right now, you're already at $2,600. And we ain't even talking about food. We ain't talking about electric. We ain't talking about gas. We ain't talking about buying kids. You're already at $2,600 a month for rent, car insurance, and car payment in the state of New Jersey. $2,600. Yeah, I know. You gotta fake it till you make it, right? So now we ain't even talking about kids buying them clothes. We're not talking about PSE&G. If y'all don't know what PSE&G is, that's the electric company in New Jersey. So now you got public service, same thing. You got electric and gas. That you got that to pay for. And if you're living in a house, it's you might have to front the water, but that ain't really too much right there. So now we ain't even talking about gas. So now gas is like crazy right now. So now gas is like paying rent. You know, you paying gas now like you're paying rent. So now you averaging what? Your bills is down there like $3,500 a month. God forbid if you owe child support, if you paying child support, and God forbid if you paying spousal alimony to your ex-wife. And God forbid too, if you tricking off and you got a side piece. Now you got to pay the side piece. Like, but all the gas is so high, the side piece ain't even there no more. And You ain't got enough money to go see her. Yeah, you ain't got enough money to be running up people over there. But what I'm trying to say is, the state of New Jersey is high. As far as, you know, you're looking for insurance, car payment, rent, and mortgage. So you're already paying $2,600 a month. You ain't even got the house, not even yours. Where you gonna get that money from? You ain't working at. You living out your means. You can make it 30 to 35,000 a year. Living out your means. Where you gonna get the rest of that money from? Hmm? $13.6 billion. You got Americans struggling right now. You take your ass to DC and go to the White House. In DC, Washington DC, you know, no disrespect to them, but if you go to DC right now, people in DC know. You go to DC right now, see how many homeless people, homeless veterans. See how many homeless veterans are sleeping outside of DC, out the state building, man. Go to Washington DC, see how many people sitting outside that building, homeless people with cardboards, signs up. It's gonna get to the point where the homeless are doing better than me and you, because they ain't gotta pay no bills. They don't have to. They don't have to get gas. They don't have to pay car insurance and car note and all that madness. They're gonna start living better than us. When the homeless start living better than us, the world becomes to an end, man. We done. When the homeless start giving us advice on how to live, yeah, we done as a people, man. Done as a people. Better pay attention, man. Stay woke. Better stay woke. This is crazy right now, man. There ain't no way. Like, look at me right now, right? I own a truck. My diesel don't went from last month. The diesel was at. I was getting diesel at 3 and some change, right? I just got diesel right now. Damn near $6 for diesel. Damn near $6 for diesel. I got diesel right now. 5.61 a gallon. $5.61 a gallon for diesel. But I was to pay about $600-700 a week. I'm up to about $1,200. As the weeks keep going, I'm gonna be down at $2,000 a week in diesel. And y'all know how the game go. Like me and my boy Al talking about. Y'all know how the game go. Come the summertime, they're gonna drop it down to $5. And what you gonna say? Oh man, they just finally cut us a break when the summertime comes. Y'all know how it works, man. Y'all know how the game works. You gotta stay woke, man, because this is affecting everybody right now. Everybody. When you thought you ain't have it, you ain't gonna have it now. Anytime you gotta start going to your savings just to survive, yeah, hurting right now. Anytime you gotta go on your savings to survive. Same thing, like $13.6 billion. The parts went up on vehicles. So if you have an old vehicle, you better keep it. You better keep it. New vehicles now, like a tractor, you can't get sensors. Don't you know Mack Truck bridge come out of Russia? The company Mack Truck, most of their parts come out of Russia. You got a new car, a new truck right now? Well, forget it, man. You better keep that old vehicle. That's the only thing you'll be able to get parts because now most of your parts are coming out of Mexico. You better keep everything you can get right now. So you got to become an order and keep old parts, the old cars, the old parts, the old tractors. You better keep it. Because it's going to be hard to get it right now. Everything is hard to get right now. Everything done went up. Everything done went up right now. Think you going to get it from Amazon? eBay? You better run down to the junkyard store and get as much as parts you can get for your vehicles, man. But after a while, the junkyard's going to be going up until you can't get nothing out of here. Better stay woke, man, because it's happening. It's happening right in front of us. And for us to be sitting up here on YouTube, and what's going on? For us to be sitting up on YouTube, and what up, Crispy? For us to be sitting up on YouTube right now, and going back and forth with each other, and right now the world is spinning 360 degrees. There's a lot going on right now, but we sleep right now, man. We sleep. Gotta wake up, man. You gotta wake the hell up, man. Gotta wake up, man. See, messages like this don't get across to people. This don't get across to people, man. But $13.6 billion should wake you the hell up. That's a lot of money to give Ukraine. That's a lot of money to give any country. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of damn money to give anybody. We already went through the bailout. Y'all remember that? We already went through the era of Obama giving the bailouts for the companies to go overseas. We went through that already, man. We went through that already. And when they was doing the bailout, they didn't bail us out. Nah. Went through the whole stimulus thing. Yeah, they gave you stimulus money. Okay, cool. Now they making you pay that stimulus money back. Because who you think gonna pay back that 13.6 billion? You and me. We gonna pay that back. We might pay it back by blood, but we gonna pay it back. You can die today, you go to state any money, they gonna come at your family and get that money back. You gonna pay that money back. You may have said, oh, we ain't gotta pay that back. That guy saying no, 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 no. That's coming out the United States. Let me tell you something. The United States is a corporation. Y'all know that? The United States of America is a big corporation. Man. Your social security number ain't nothing but a work ID. That's why they want you to have one so bad. Ain't nothing but a work ID. Your social security number is a work ID. Now, everywhere you go now, what they tell you? Put in your last 4 digits. You ever figure that one out? Put in your last 4 digits. Yeah, because your social security number ain't nothing but a work ID. All they want is your last 4. Your last 4 of your social. You're going to pay that money back, man. By all means necessary, you're going to pay that money back. Believe it. Before you know it, right now, California, the last time I checked, they gas is up to $7.15. I don't know how much it is today. Yesterday it was $7.15. They ain't gonna pay that money back. You're gonna pay it back. It's a lot of money, man. You got kids out here waiting for kidney transplants. You got mothers out here and parents out here can't even afford it. Can't even afford a kidney transplant. You know why? Because the insurance don't cover it. They telling you, they telling me, and they telling other families that the insurance not going to cover the kidney transplant. The insurance not going to cover the heart transplant. The insurance not going to cover the bone marrow. The insurance, your insurance don't cover brain tumors. They tell you all of this, but they can give $13.6 billion to Ukraine, a state that had their own nuclear weapon plant. Come on, man. Y'all got to wake up around here. You got kids out there sick and dying. Let you right now tear your leg off. Or they got to amputate your leg and they got to put a mechanical leg on it. And they tell you that, oh, your insurance don't cover it because you ain't got enough money. Man, you better tell them, go get that money from Ukraine, man. They sent Ukraine $13.6 billion. Go get that money. I need my leg, man. How am I going to work without one leg? Better believe it, man. Better believe it. Like Kamala Harris said yesterday, she gonna say yesterday, you get what you ask for when you don't vote. But she pushing an agenda to get rid of all diesel vehicles. Yeah. The state of California is about to pull it real quick. The state of California is saying no more gas and no more diesel vehicles. They don't care if it's anything gas operated or diesel operated. And the state of California, they getting rid of that. And who else gonna file suit? New Jersey. New Jersey run right with California all day. So New Jersey gonna follow suit with that too. So I don't know how they supposed to move the country if they shut us down. They talking about shutting the owner operators, the truck drivers down. The only ones gonna be able to make money and move these trucks are electric trucks. I seen an electric truck in Binghamton, New York. Electric truck. The thing had 2 satellites on the mirrors. 2 satellites. They had 2 guys in the bunk. They had 2 guys in the bunk. Satellite. They programmed it. The truck pulled out the fuel out down the highway and left. What that tells you, man? What that tell you? Us truck drivers gonna be delete out of here. So be out of here in a couple of years. Couple of years, these roads will be run by electric trucks, hybrid trucks. Nobody's sitting in the seat. They're gonna back up to a warehouse and have you as a slave unload a truck without a truck driver. You're gonna pull off, go to another stop. Before you know it, they're not gonna need warehouse workers no more. China already got it at the ports where they got mechanical forklift, not forklift. They got mechanical yard jockeys pulling and picking containers without a body in it. Pretty soon we gonna be what? Where we gonna be at pretty soon? Where we gonna be at, man? In camps? Where the American people gonna be at pretty soon in camps? Or we gonna either pack up and leave and go back home or find a country to go to? Because in a minute, she ain't gonna be here no more. Believe it. Once they start shutting down these highways with diesel vehicles and gas vehicles, they talking about you can't even, the state of California saying in a minute you can't even use a lawnmower to cut your grass. What you gonna cut the grass with? Everything going electric and hybrid. What you gonna do? Look at Tesla. Tesla already came through already. Right now, if you got an electric car, you're doing real good right now. If you have an electric car right now, you're doing real good right now. But that's what they want you to do. They want to push the narrative and have you run out there and change your whole life around overnight. But with $13.6 billion being given away to a country you've never been to before, to a country you ain't even pay Ukraine no mind. Nobody ever even was thinking about Ukraine until this war came about. Well, nobody thinking about Ukraine. Well, nobody paying Russia any mind. All of a sudden now, the war come about, $13.6 billion. For what? For what? Guns and arms? But you can't even go get a gun and do a resale on it without them being in your business. But we give guns and arms and buku money to a country we really know nothing about. So what y'all need to start doing now, seriously, y'all need to start really doing your homework on Ukraine. Doing your homework on Ukraine and Russia, you see where this war started at. Do your homework, man. Do your homework. Do your homework on NATO. See what NATO is all about. Because that's what it all boils down to. They don't want you to do your homework, man. They want you to stay asleep. As long as we stay asleep, we would never know what the war is about. But if you start reading up on to see what the war is about, you're going to shake your head, man. You're going to literally shake your head and say, damn, this war ain't about nothing. This about the same people living on the same continent and want to be conquerors and take over small cities and towns. That's all it is. Yeah, they got blood from years ago. But Ukraine used to be part of Russia. Yeah, they want to tell you, oh, when Trump was in office, we wasn't at war. They want to tell you that. They want to tell you that. They want you to believe that. There was a lot of behind the scenes corruption going on. A lot of behind the scenes corruption going on. United States is a corporation. Feed off greed, off corruption. Feed off greed, off corruption. All of your politicians corrupt. Your judges, your jail system, the criminal system, corruption. All of that is corruption. But they want you to believe that it's better. That ain't better, man. I better wake up, man. You better wake up. Because out here pulling containers, we see a lot. Out here pulling containers in off the port, we see how the economy is flowing. You see it. You see everything out here. Y'all can sit there and make content and say, well, the economy is this, the economy is that. But we pull containers, we see it all. When the container yards are full with empty containers and no loads, ain't no money. Can't make no money pulling empties. When you got more empties in the port than loads, can't make no money pulling empties. Can't make no money on that. They don't want to pay you for an empty because there ain't no freight on it. See it all the time. Agriculture. Your food comes from overseas. Majority of that food that's sitting in Walmart, Target, Costco's, that shit come from overseas. They come on the port over there, and then ask Waxdog. Waxdog will vouch for that. Them reefer containers come in the port, right? Reefer containers come in the port. They open up the doors. They got sniffing dogs for smell of produce. They walk in there with a pitchfork and start stabbing the produce. I guess they're looking for drugs, whatever. Then the dogs go in there, pissing all on shit. They start tearing stuff out the container, throwing it all on the loading docks. And when they don't find nothing, they put it right back on there with a bogus U.S. Customs seal. The majority of meats that comes from Walmart is coming from overseas. Majority of produce. We have enough land in the United States to supply us every day with fresh produce. But they buying your produce from overseas, packing right. They buying your produce from overseas, man. There's a big trade going on overseas. And I'm gonna say something. A lot of people might be in the feelings when I say this. If they want to right now implicate or put us back in, if they want to say, okay, they want to put us back in slavery, there's a possibility they sit behind the scenes right now. Because if we still slaves to the system, don't get it wrong. We all still slaves to the machine. I don't care what you do. If you on YouTube like myself making content, that's a slave to the machine, man. Slave to the machine. That's all it is, man. Keep on heading with you. But we got platforms to get up here and speak on what's right. But we use the platform to sit up here and change something down because that shit is wrong. But we all slaves, so they want to go back and say put blacks back in slaves and shackles and handcuffs. Believe me, it'll be another civil war right there. But they want to keep us all asleep. That's why they gave us medical marijuana cards. What's going on, E? That's why they keep us asleep by giving us medical marijuana cards. They keep us asleep by now. You can go to California and get on the plane and come back from Cali on the plane with 4 ounces. Now, me pushing 50, I ain't never known anybody I know that got on the plane with weed is doing a whole lot of times, hell of time. Now they got it to the point where as though as long as you got 4 ounces, you can get your ass on the plane. See what they doing? They trying to dump you down they trying to dump you down by keeping you high. And the weed that you buy now, that medical marijuana, don't keep you high. You gotta smoke 5 or 6 or 8 joints just to get a buzz. Back in the day, weed had bud in it. It had little branches in it. You light it up and it pop in your face. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but it's different now. So they give you weed to dump you down. So you say, oh, $13.6 billion given to Ukraine. You so high. You saying I smoked that? Yeah. What's going on, Biko? You said I smoked that. $13.6 billion given to Ukraine. Long as they keep you high of weed, all you saying is I smoked that. That's some good weed over there. Maybe Ukraine got some good weed we can go get. Nah, ain't about that, dummy. Ain't about that. But that's what they doing. They dumbing you down, keeping you high, so you don't question about what's going on right now. $13.6 billion, and you got babies dying every day of cancer, leukemia. Come on now, man. Blood transfusion, blood thinners. But they keep you dumbed down and keep you high, man. $13.6 billion is a lot of money to give a country that you never heard of before. You never seen before. It's a lot of money to give a country, man. I'm just saying, it's a lot of money to give a country. A country that you would never go to. You would never see. But I tell you like this, you're going to get all your corruption out. You're going to get your scammers out. All of them will try to go get that money. The hackers out. You'll see how it go down in a minute. And come next year, Ukraine going to post a story up there, put a report. They said they never got $13.6 billion. Watch come next year. And then that right there is going to smack the very people right in the face. This Ukraine going to put a report out come next year and say they never received $13.6 billion. You'll see. Definitely going to see what happens come next year. So I'm going to stand back behind the scenes. I'm just doing my homework, do my research to see what's going on. Just to see what's going on, man. That's a lot of money to give a country you've never seen before. But you got countries out there that got hit by, you got countries out there like the Bahamas that got hit by tsunamis, big tornadoes. You got Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico that got hit by big storms. And they never even got that kind of money. They never got that money. They was out there giving Puerto Rico, Trump and people was handing out paper towels. They never even seen that kind of money. They never seen that kind of money. Florida got hit. Louisiana got hit. They never seen that kind of money. New Jersey got hit. Never seen that kind of money. People still right now fighting with FEMA for checks. The Midwest got hit by tornadoes. 7 of them touched down. people out there right now still looking for money from people, but they can give $13.6 million away to a country you never heard of, never seen before. But you got people over here struggling. That's all I'm saying, man. You got people struggling right now. We out here fighting on YouTube with a platform. Don't make no sense, man. Really don't make no sense. We out here fighting over people with a platform on YouTube. But they're afraid to speak the real, because if you speak the real, you get 4 or 5 people watching. That's cool with me. That's cool with me. Hit the like button. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about views, subscribers. I don't worry about that shit. I can care less about that right now. I keep talking the same old talk, same old little views, people in it that really get down, and I just talk to you. If not, I'll be up here talking to my damn self. I can care less, man. As long as the message get out there, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. As long as the message I care about, as long as we all can have a platform and do something with it, then I'm cool with that, man. But it'll build later on, you know? We all need to wake up, man. We need to wake up. Because right now, if you ain't, people keep saying, go to trade school, do this, do that, do this. You can't make nobody want to do nothing or do nothing for themselves. You got to wake them up, man. The best thing you can give anybody in life is not money. It's knowledge and wisdom. That's the best thing you can give anybody in life. It's knowledge and wisdom. You give them knowledge and wisdom to help put food on the table, to help feed their family, to put money in their pocket. That's how you help a person. Giving them a couple of dollars, it's gonna pass the time, double down. But, best thing in life is knowledge, wisdom, and influence. If you could influence somebody to change their life around overnight, hey man, that's a good thing. That's a good feeling. Yeah, I want to say shout out to Tazo too for getting his CDL license, man. Shout out to Tazo getting the CDL license and become the truck driver. Tazo sit up on his platform one day and he was like, man, how can I change my life around? I want to get out of 8-back. I want to put something else on my jacket. And the young man went and got his CDL license, man. So shout out to Tazo for getting his CDL license, man. What up, Carlos? Shout out to Tazo. He did what he had to do, man. He got his license, man. And all you can do is respect it. That's all you can do, respect it. So shout out to Tazo for doing what Tazo needed to do to get a CDL license. Salute to that young man for doing it. The most powerful thing in the world is influence, man. If you can influence somebody to change, you can influence somebody to wake up. You gotta wake them up, man. You gotta stay woke around here. Keep sleeping all you want. It's gonna have with sleepiness, you're gonna end up putting a whole lot of weight on you. Bones gonna get old, bones gonna start changing, get sore. Now you can't even get out of bed. You can be as skinny as you want, be overweight, be out of weight. Stay woke, man. $13.6 million. Think about it. Just think about it, man. Spend it how you want, use it for content. No matter, you spend it. $13.6 billion. And you can't even get a transplant overnight. But you can make $13.6 million overnight. Corruption to its finest. That's all I got to say. Let me pull in this yard, get off this line real quick, and I'll get that time later, man. Hey, thanks to all y'all for coming through. I see you in there, Tip. I see you in Wax Dog, Eve, Carlos, Grizzly Move. I see you there, man. I'm about to get off this line real quick. If I holler at y'all, let me get out of here. Salute.